What's going on, people? Welcome to another House of Jones production. We're going to roll under the Jonesafied banner today because it's been a while since I've done a Jonesafied episode. So, Jonesafied equals opinion pieces. Welcome back. House is open. This special little look at video game. I don't know how I should say this. I feel like game companies are trying to come up with what they feel are easier ways to do things that actually just kind of involve ripping people off, unfortunately. I got inspired to do this by the Shadow of Mordor information, which is a single player game, by the way. Having loot drops that you can spend real money on to get better gear to finish the game faster. Now, I'm a big fan of Shadow of Mordor, and I really enjoyed it. Like, it's the first PS4 game I bought. I had a great time with it. But, you know, I kind of wanted Shadow of War, but now I'm not really feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck would you introduce a grind and stuff like that to make the game easier to beat? Isn't the point of spending $60 on a damn game anyway that it take a little bit of time to actually do stuff in it? I mean, that's just my opinion. You know, I don't know. I think it's kind of silly. But a lot of companies do a lot of that with multiplayer components. You know, you level up in Overwatch, you get a loot box, which you're not really sure what you can get. So there might be things that you'll never get that are in the game, which I understand. So some people spend money to get what they want. So people grind really hard to earn the money to get what they want. It depends on how you want to play. I understand that. But in a single player game, that's kind of silly, in my opinion. That's why I feel like a lot of the game companies that are doing better nowadays, like Overwatch, says everything's free. You know, you could, like, it's the options there to buy loot boxes if you want to get stuff faster, but everything's free. All the new characters, new maps, new modes are all free, which is great. Titanfall 2 did this. Titanfall 2 did this because it came out around the same time as Battlefield 1, which is just weird chronologically, but anyway, and Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, which, thing about them that bugs me is the $50, you know, Ultimate Edition expansion pass thing. I mean, cool thing about games back in the day is, you know, you unlock shit. Nowadays, the stuff that you would unlock is something you have to spend real money on, which is kind of shit, in my opinion. I get it. They want to add more to it, but don't bare bones it. If you want to add more to it, add more to it. You know, Star Wars Battlefront, actually, speaking of that, has free DLC. Like, everything that's coming out for it is going to be free, which is great because they realized they screwed up so bad last time. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough to add $50 onto the price tag of a game after you've already spent $60. Which is, you know, it's silly. It's like a lot of these special editions of games. I mean, I bought a few, don't get me wrong, I have. But I got NBA 2K18 this year. And there's 3 different versions. There used to be a Legend, which was, you know, $20 more, and you get a little extra stuff, which I thought was kind of neat. There's physical stuff, which I liked. But to spend $150 on a Legend Edition Gold, that's kind of crazy. Now, I realize, of course, that they have the My Teams and Ultimate Teams, which is essentially a microtransaction funded pile of, you know, whatever, however you want to do it. You know, it's cool. If you'd like to spend a lot more money to get the best team instead of earning it, you know, be my guest, because it's a hell of a grind. For Honor was like that. I got For Honor this year, and I did not enjoy the grind at all. I mean, I'm like, I already played Destiny, which is enough of a freaking grind. Yeah, For Honor, just like, you had to get so much steel to get, like, a gauntlet. And then you had to earn so much steel to get a color for the gauntlet. It just felt like you had to play a lot of things you didn't want to play to get things you wanted cosmetically. I don't know. I thought it was neat that you could get the characters, you just have to spend a lot of time to do it. Destiny 2 might be a little guilty of it because of the shaders, which in the first game was little things for your armor set, and now is a consumable that you would use to put on your armor individual pieces. So each one costs a shader to do it. and your guns, which I thought was pretty neat. Put it on guns and all, but the fact that their one-time use is kind of not good. I've already experienced this a few times. It's all cosmetic though, so like I said, it's not actually something you can do to make yourself better. Pay to win is kind of a bad thing that they're working on in the game industry, it seems. I understand lots of free games are like that. You know, you could pay a little bit more to win, but I just, if you're buying a game for $60, you really need to spend like another $100 to get all the good stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. It bugs me. You know, so many things that used to be unlockable are now stuff you buy. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I think a lot of companies are starting to scale down on the microtransactions, but a lot of them are ramping up, like Shadow of War, which I don't really see the need for it. But you know, hey, I'm not a marketing genius who works for, you know, game company 101, whatever. Another thing that's kind of silly to me is early access games. Now, early access games are kind of cool, but people expect them to be like polished masterpieces when you get them. Like Friday the 13th is $40. I picked it up because I wanted to try it out. It's cool. It was a buggy mess when I first hit, but they're doing more and more things to improve it as we go on. And I have a lot of friends that play Ark, which, you know, was like I don't know how much it was when it first came out, but now that it's actually out, it's like $60. So like, if you didn't get an early access, why are you being punished for not getting it when it's complete? That's kind of silly to me. I don't know. But I don't know, man. Gaming industry is kind of weird. I hope that they do some better things to kind of tone down on some of this. Sometimes the season pass just seems silly. Season pass for like $25 to get some extra content is cool, I think. But spending $50 to $100 to get stuff that should be in the game in the first place is silly. Then again, that's just my opinion, guys. You know, you can take it or leave it however you see fit. If you want to weigh in on this topic, please do in the comments. You know, I always like to engage in conversation with people about stuff like this. Thanks for watching Jonesafied. I'll see you later.